House Oversight Committee announcing today they will hold hearings. Republican Congressman Pat Fallon says they want to hear from Democratic Governor Tim Walz.
He's got to put his big boy pants on and get to D.C. and explain to the American people why under his watch $9 billion were stolen largely from a Somali community that just got to the United States.
Walz insists Minnesota has been battling fraudsters for years. More than 1 million people expected to pack New York City's Times Square this New Year's Eve. That's according to the NYPD. Temperatures not expected to get above freezing. Fox's Bane Fronies in the Big Apple.
We might even get a little bit of snow. Now, if we see the snow, it's going to be on the lighter end. The last time we saw snow here in New York City on New Year's Eve, that was back when 2009 became 2010. So it's been a while since we've seen a little bit of that light stuff coming down just in time for the new year. I will say this, though, even though I'm a little bit chilly, it wasn't as cold as back in 1918. That's when New York City was 1 degree. That was the coldest New Year's Eve on record.
Meantime, New York City preparing to swear in its new mayor at midnight. So Ron Mamdani has become a rising figure in the Democratic Party, and he's making plenty of pledges.
This is some of the stuff he has in his progressive agenda, including free child care, those free buses we talked about, and those rent freezes. Can he even deliver? So we're going to have to see what happens in the new year. Mamdani's been called the new face of the Democratic Party by some people. He's campaigning alongside Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Bernie Sanders, both playing major roles in his inauguration.
Fox's Alexis McAdams, New York Attorney General Letitia James will swear in on Mamdani. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract worth $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on Trainer.
Plenty of sunshine across Acadiana today, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be on the warm side. Temperatures today are expected to stay in the 40s, about 48 degrees with winds from the northeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Overnight lows tonight set to get down to about 30 degrees overnight once again, with clear skies going into Tuesday morning. We will start to see clouds building up on Tuesday, high tomorrow of about 60, with a scattering of showers possible by Wednesday.
And now, a look at your traffic on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
This hour of traffic brought to you by Glenn's Towing and Recovery, 989-0510-989, a nickel and a dime. Traffic looking especially light on this beautiful New Year's Eve with a minor traffic accident on the 1700 block of Southwest Bangalore Freeway. That being Southwest Bangalore Freeway at Southwest Bangalore. A hit and run with a rescue squad required at First Street and 14th Street. And that about wraps it up for traffic. Remember this afternoon, New Year's Eve, to celebrate responsibly. If you are drinking, make sure to designate a driver. And be mindful of possible fireworks. So anyone you know with PTSD or any animals, go ahead and make sure they're safe and at home. This hour of traffic brought to you by Glenn's Towing and Recovery, 989-0510-989, a nickel and a dime. Stay tuned. Hour number 1 of the Josh Guillory Show is up next.
Looking for a bold, conservative voice that cuts through the noise? Tune in to the Josh Guillory Show, where common sense meets current events. Every weekday from 3 to 5 p.m., Josh tackles the hot topics that matter most to you, from Louisiana politics to national headlines, with no spin and no apologies. It's real talk for real conservatives. Catch the Josh Guillory Show, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5, only on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
As you plan your year-end strategy, now is the time to invest in commercial equipment from Walker First Turn and South. Recent tax law changes allow for 100% bonus depreciation on qualifying vehicles placed in service by December 31st, including tractors, UTVs, ATVs, commercial mowers, and utility or enclosed trailers. Whether you're managing a fleet, expanding operations, or upgrading outdated equipment, Walker First Turn offers a full inventory from Kawasaki, Mahindra, Bad Boy, Grasshopper, and more. Visit Walker First Turn on I-10 Frontage Road in Scott.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NetScout.
The following program on News Talk 96.5 KPEL has been paid for by Integrity Broadcasting.
The views expressed in the following show are those of the hosts or hosts only. They do not represent News Talk 96.5 KPEL or Town Square Media.
You're listening to The Josh Guillory Show, your base for truth, common sense, and a good time.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me over there, Q Money Magic, man. What's happening?
I'm excited for New Year's.
Absolutely, man. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's, guys. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out at rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show, and you can follow us. You can see us live. You can see old podcasts, all the things. You can go to my X right now at Josh Guillory USA and all the socials. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. Shout out to our TikTok audience. All the things. You didn't even know I could do TikTok, did you? Straight up making fun of me and stuff. Hey, guys, so it's New Year's Eve. And lots to talk about. So I figured, why don't we just talk about a few things that happened through the year? And maybe some stuff that we can kind of celebrate, some things that maybe we remember. Try not to do too many things we want to forget. But let's see here. All right, so let's start off with something that tells you a lot about where the country moved in 2025. So this year, an appeals court had cleared the way for the Trump-backed policy that stops Medicaid dollars from flowing to organizations that perform abortions. Remember that? I would say, and again, another example, no speeches, not slogans or anything like that, just actual law and actual enforcement. Now, you know, there was some struggle with that. There was some struggle on the national scale, you know, talking about Medicaid and, you know, the media still struggles with, well, Medicaid was never paying for abortions directly. What? Okay, so you're paying all the other overhead, and come on, that's so silly. I never understood that. Well, Planned Parenthood does so much for women's health. And look, we only use tax dollars for women's health. Women's health, one, ain't an abortion, okay? No, that's not women's health. Number two, where do I even begin? Like, are you serious? But some people do, yeah, you know, it's all good. That might be your thing. Not too many people's thing on this thread. But, you know, what it was doing, though, basically, you know, Planned Parenthood, you know, they were keeping these operations financially afloat. I mean, come on. Once that subsidy disappeared, reality kind of showed up pretty quick over there, wouldn't you say? Now, Louisiana, we have blessed to have a broad audience. Back here, Planned Parenthood shut down both clinics after more than 40 years. So we only had, I didn't know we only had 2 clinics in Louisiana. It's too many. But I don't know, you would think that there might have been more. But after 40 years, both of them have shut down. So it did have some effect, some domino effect. And it wasn't because, people disappeared. It wasn't because, like, in a market, like, the demand, like, vanished. It's because the business model couldn't survive without taxpayer support. And if you can't live on if you can't run your business with the money you bring in, why should we front the bill? That doesn't make sense. So Louisiana leaders cheered it. Planned Parenthood called it political pressure. Both can be true. Both can be true. We can cheer it, and it could be political pressure. But we weren't the ones that brought it into the national level. Abortion was always a state issue, as it should be. You want to live in a state that allows abortion, go for it. You be you. But it should not be a national. Go in the Constitution. Get you a digital version. Press Control F. You want to search, you want to find, and just put all this in. Put the word abortion. Not in there. And then we go to the 10th Amendment that says anything that's not in the federal government, that doesn't say that the federal government can't do it out of the federal Constitution. No, that's reserved to the states. But look, you can do both. We can cheer it and you could call it political pressure. It could be both. But there's a bigger point. Democracy actually functioned here. See, voters elected people. Those people passed a law. Courts have upheld it. The president had to sign it into law. I'm a bill on Capitol Hill, Joni Ertz. That should have been our lead-in story.
I think she did file something.
Was it the $2.1 trillion?
No, but it was a study. It was a study.
She's a Republican. Be quiet. What did she do? What?
A bill to study government waste, and it was like constrained to like 1 or 2 departments.
Wow. This is what I'm talking about. Republicans, my fellow Republicans, just do Republican things. What is all? So only an elitist, a Democrat rhino could have an understand. Like, that's a good idea. Are you kidding me? When has a conservative ever suggested the government study anything? That costs money. The studies aren't free. They cost money. What the heck do you want to study? What more could we study?
Especially since she already found the cuts.
Right. This is Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa. All right? Not Iowa. Iowa. Okay? And I was bragging on her. I took the bait. See, that's my problem. But I really thought I could safely. Senator Ernst, she found $2.1 trillion in cuts right now that we could do. That could help us with the debt. It could help us pay off some things. It could just help, okay? It stopped the bleeding, and $2.1 trillion right here, even if it's one time. I'll take it, okay? One time. And she hasn't even dropped a bill. We have a Republican House, we have a Republican Senate, and we have the president. And now what the elites and the bureaucrats will tell you is like, oh, no, you have to have 60 votes in to shit it. Well, how you think Obamacare passed? Not with 60 votes. Remember Scott Brown? He's supposed to catch it. He's supposed to be the one. And he was. No, they used budget reconciliation and told the 60 votes to go take a hike. They passed it with a simple majority. That's how Obamacare passed, not with the 60 votes. We could do it too. So when the government was shut down and all these departments, not all of them, but there were a lot. Like some things that we can agree on, Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever. There were some programs, there were some things that weren't noticed when they were shut down. There were some federal dollar-funded programs that no one noticed was gone. there were agencies that no one noticed wasn't working. So as Americans, Republican, Democrat, can we at least agree that those should be cut? Can we at least agree then? Can those be cut? Can we just kind of like settle with that? And then we could debate. I bet you if we just cut all those, we'd have enough to actually do projects, infrastructure projects. We could probably even do some of the stuff the Democrats want to do and fund it responsibly. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. All right, guys, stick around, man. Woo, segment 2. We got some more to talk about from 2025. I might hold on. No, I'm not going to hold on to. I'm going. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Folks, it's close to supper time right now, and you may be asking yourself, what am I going to eat? Well, let me give you a suggestion. Go visit my friends at Préjean's. Tim Metcalf and his crew, all of them, they are ready to serve you. Literally, we got 2 locations. The historic and classic location right there off of I-49 between Karen Crow and Lafayette, and also the new location in Broussard. You can't go wrong with Préjean's seafood, salad, steak, Cajun cuisine, and much, much more. Go visit my friends over there at Préjean's.
Are you tired of dealing with overflowing, roll-off dumpsters and smelly garbage? Well, say goodbye to the hassle and hello to a cleaner, greener solution with Smash My Trash. Imagine reducing your trash volume by up to 70% in just minutes. With Smash My Trash's revolutionary compacting technology, they crush the waste, so you don't have to. No matter the waste, their expert team will smash it down, saving you time, money, and space. Call 888-99-SMASH or online at smashmytrash.com.
I love hearing.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed,
I like hearing what Q has to say, too.
It's like chess meets cardio.
Rumble folks, Happy New Year's, all that stuff. Let me see you in the chat over there. Man, I want to hear
your
your
adults
plans
can start
for
anytime.
the
No
New
experience
Year's
needed,
Eve.
and many clubs
Hit me
have
up over
learner
there
gear.
on the
Coaches
TikTok
teach
as well.
fundamentals and safety
There you
from
go.
day one. Find a beginner
Man,
class
New
near
Year's
you at
Eve, guys,
usafencing.org/tryfencing.
make
That's
sure you bring your pets in.
usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Fireworks and maybe
It's Santa reminding you that these local businesses want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year.
But I do wish everybody
best specialty
a very
meat
safe,
store in Rain
We're on a
is
commercial
Nunk
break right
Kev's.
now.
I-10 at the Rain exit.
And,
Nunk Kev's is awesome.
really
It's a specialty
appreciate-
meat store, a deli,
really
and
appreciate
convenience
everybody.
store all
I wanna
rolled
tell
up
you,
into one.
you
And
know,
they have
we
all
were
the
able to
specialty meats you need
just
online at
crazy amount of
nunkkevs.com.
growth in the show.
Nunk
We went
Kev's,
from 1 hour
not
to
just
2
specialty
hours in
meats, a
2025.
Cajun way of living.
We
They
launched
say
on
les bon
Rumble.
temps roulés and light up
We,
the sky with
launched on
Louisiana
KFLS.
fireworks.
That's
We've
another
got the best
area
selection of fireworks to make
is,
your New Year's Eve celebration
actually, that's a
unforgettable.
question.
Artillery shells, 500-gram cakes, novelties, sparklers, and so
But the
much more.
biggest
Don't miss our holiday bundle deals and download money-saving coupons to get the biggest bang for your buck. Fireworks are for every season, y'all, so get ready to light it up like only Louisiana can. Find your nearest fireworks superstore at lafireworksstore.com and let's celebrate the new year with a bang. Louisiana Fireworks, unite under the lights and let the good times roll.
We just bring rawness.
Ask
We
yourself
bring the news
this
of the day, the
question.
stories
Is
of the
it
day.
really worth
Get my
holding
thoughts.
on to that timeshare that you
But I
know
really
you need
like
to
to
get
hear
rid
from
of?
everybody.
Here's the truth. The
And-
average
and,
maintenance
you know,
fee just went
sometimes
up over
folks say things that you just-
17%. That could
maybe
have
they
been
say the same thing,
117%.
just in a
And
different
there's
way.
nothing you can do about it.
And
When you
just
buy a
another
timeshare, you
to,
give them a blank check for annual
you know,
maintenance
chew
and
on. You know what I'm
assessment
saying, Q
fees.
Daddy?
I'm Chuck
Q
McDowell,
Diddy,
founder
you can't
of
go
Wesley
you can't
Financial
do Diddy
Group.
anymore.
For 15 years, I've helped over
he canceled Q
50,000
Diddy, he
families
canceled
cancel
Q.
their timeshare. Not sell it, not
what
transfer
other
it,
ones got
cancel
canceled?
it. Did you buy a
Basically,
timeshare
every
because they told
iteration
you
of
it
the
was a
letter
great
Q gets
investment
canceled.
and your maintenance fees would never
You know,
go
when
up?
all this
That's
came
a lie.
out, this
Are
whole
you ready
Diddy
to
stuff,
get rid of your
and,
timeshare
you know, Mark
once and
Pope
for
was
all?
sitting in, if
Simply
you're
call
local here in
us
the
and I'll
Acadiana,
send you our
probably know him
timeshare
if you listen
exit
to this
kit
channel
that
on the radio
explains
station.
all
You
your
definitely know Mark
options for
Pope.
cancellation.
So I just
Call
had a
Wesley
very
now for your
reasonable
timeshare
question
exit kit.
with Mark. Can we just start off? You know, Mark, very conservative
800-384-7878.
guy,
That's
very stoic and all that. Just ask him, say, Mark, you ever been to a freak off?
800-384-7878.
Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA, exists with the intent to create a safer environment for abused children.
Mark,
We exist as a body of
being the
bikers to
champ that
empower
he is,
children to not
the
feel afraid of the world
ever-professional,
in
and
which
who
they
knows
live.
me.
We stand ready to lend support to our wounded
he handled
friends
it
by
like
involving them with an
Said that.
established,
They
united
actually asked me,
organization.
what is that?
If you'd like to know
All right, so
more
look,
about
we're gonna,
BACA,
we're gonna
please
take a
visit our website
30-second little
at
break, okay? So bear with me over there, guys. Be right back.
or
Our
call
TikTok folks, I can stay live.
1-866-71-ABUSE.
Here's
the deal. We gotta set ourselves up
Retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out, the Josh Guillory Show. Check us out on our YouTube channel and all the things. So we're talking about 2025. I can't believe it's already December 31st. The government's not shut down. You know, if they did it right, these government shutdowns could be a real jewel. Seriously. I mean, look, we're talking about 2025. This happened in 2025. Think about it. There were programs and agencies and divisions that were literally the employees, federal employees, were either gone home, furloughed, or something, and it was not noticed. So this is a great opportunity for our country if you really, really think about it. This is an opportunity where Republicans and Democrats, because I know the people, like we the people who are Republican and Democrat, we actually agree far more than we disagree. And this is an area where we can elaborate on that. During the shutdown, there were literally here in 2025, just a month ago, there were actually functions of the they're not functions of the federal government. Politicians made them functions of the federal government. That's man-made. It's a man-made disaster. But anywho, so we agree. All right, that's the point. That's my point on this. But if there are programs and agencies and functions and services that people don't even notice are out, can we at least agree that those should be shut? Also, guys, this segment's brought to you by my friends over there at C-Safe. C-Safe, S-E-A, just like the ocean. American-made products over there from Acadiana. But Planned Parenthood, let's go back to that. So if you recall, several victories, several victories for the Constitution from Dobbs when Roe versus Wade was overturned. Well, it got a little pressure. So funding was starting to be pulled. President Trump comes in, says, we're not going to do it, not going to fund them. Same old banter. Oh, this is about women's health, and all you conservatives hate it. Why they hate us? Man, them people pushing that don't even care about the people they say they're pushing for. But that's what happens when you create the ingredients by big government and unaccountability. Just here's the money. Give me them votes. But it tells you a lot, But leaders over here, we cheered, Louisiana had 2 Planned Parenthood facilities, and they are now shut down. And that was from financial issues. So, and here's the thing. The federal government didn't even say, you want to exist. Now, you need to do it legally. So in states like Louisiana, you can't because we have banned it. In states like California, you can do all the abortions you want. Go to California. Go live in California if that's what you. I'm telling you, the Dobbs case changed so much and did so many good things for the country. And it wasn't because of the whole overturning Roe versus Wade, while I think that is morally good and correct. That was correct. But I feel like it was legally sound, and I know it was. Legally sound. What's such a legally sound judgment or order, by the court, overturning it. But good judgment. And it's very simple, and that's not take my opinion out of it. Just go to the 10th Amendment. I didn't write it. And if we don't like it, amend it. There's a process to do that. You could do that. And we have actually amended the Constitution as we wouldn't get to 10 if it wasn't 9 before. I just had to clarify that because, we're talking about law and stuff. And while the folks have common sense ain't too common in the law. Do y'all know in Louisiana we had to put a law that says that you're 23 years old until you're 24?
Wait, that's real?
That's real. It's real. It's forced heirs if you do successions or practice that. Yeah. So apparently, a forced heir is anybody 23 or younger, okay? Kind of common sense. We don't need to be splained to. Well, apparently we do. Maybe they wrote it for the politicians. Maybe they wrote it for the legislature. Hey, but I actually don't have a problem with that. Let's get some clarity. Okay, cool. You're 23 until you're 24. Thanks. Can you pave some roads now?
Lower insurance prices.
Yeah. But this wasn't this legislature. If only they did that and not get... Oh, when did we give... It's 2025?
It is.
Oh, okay, so we're still in there. What else did we do? We got the Planned Parenthood thing. That's good. We can cheer that. What else happened in 2025? What did Republicans... Oh, no, that was 2024 when we gave the Cleofield seat, the Democrat seat. Or was that this year?
I don't know. Didn't we not give them one, give them one, take one? I'm so confused at this point.
Meanwhile, we still have... Tennessee and Texas and Florida and all these guys, they're trying everything they can to add Republican seats. In Louisiana, even today, nope, not going to do it. I don't understand. Even our legal argument on the whole, we're talking about the voting districts every 10 years we do a census, and that determines how many congressmen you have, and your legislature divides up and makes the districts very political. It's designed, not even politics, but it is politics now. Political in the sense that elected folks are making those decisions on behalf of the masses. All right. Well, usually, and for quite some time, numbers were numbers. You just count people and divide it. Then we start getting racist. We start getting a little racist, and we, create districts based on race. That's discrimination based on race. I do not understand how that was ever constitutional, but I digress, because 50 years ago looks different than today. Maybe I will concede this. There was an argument. There was at least an argument for affirmative action type movements. Okay, there was an argument. I just think that is the worst way to do it, because you don't combat racism with racism. It just doesn't work. You have to eliminate hate to get hate out. And while it will take longer, what the federal government has to try to avoid, Republicans included, stop pressing the easy button trying to fix everything from the federal government. That is not the reason why it doesn't work is because our country was never designed to do that. It's like putting a square peg in a round hole. Just ain't gonna work. So anyway, yeah, that was something. Oh, here's another thing folks might need to remember. No more Medicaid dollars for gender transition surgeries. Just saying. What's y'all's thoughts on that? And to our TikTok folks, I'm using my phone. We're going to get a little better at that, where I can get in the chat and all that stuff. Q's giving me a north and south, so we'll figure that out. But I'll go back and look at your comments. Let me see your comments. What do you think about this? So there's two genders. We know that. That's just common sense. Most Democrats even believe that. Really, boy and girl, male, female, we're cool with that, okay? But then there's some folks that, they believe, the whole thing, boys can be girls and girls can be boys, whatever. That's not normal. Look, I'm just saying that I would imagine, man, I bet you a large majority is with me on this one. The Democrat, hey, my friend Mr. Blue Wave, he's very much a Democrat. He calls in and he agrees with us on that. I mean, why wouldn't he? But so the problem becomes the sensitivity. Hang tight, Q. The sensitivity becomes children, okay, and tax dollars, okay. So we're using tax dollars with Medicaid. We were using tax dollars with Medicaid to support these initiatives, these transgender, these transition, irrevocable surgeries, okay? All right, I know we got to go to a break. Stick around, TikTok and Rumble. I ain't stopping. Stick around. We'll be right back.
smooth reform. Glenn's Towing and Recovery can tow any vehicle from the smallest smart car to a giant 18-wheeler. Glenn's Towing and Recovery with over 60 years of combined towing experience. You can count on Glenn's Towing and Recovery. Glenn's is easy to get a hold of. 989-0510.
Hey guys, we're on a commercial break.
989
so we're going to pick up this topic on transgender, but not
Glenn's Towing and Recovery. Now with their second location in Henderson and online at glenstowingservice.net.
It's Santa reminding you that these local businesses want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year.
But yeah, so...
Dr. Finley Periodontics and his staff wishes you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See what Santa and his elves are up to by going to Dr. Finley's Facebook page, facebook.com/FinleyPerio. Online too at FinleyPerio.com. That's FinleyPerio.com.
Funding the transition.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
Hi, I'm Jura. I am a team leader at Chick-fil-A. To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
The A in Chick-fil-A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I gotta pause and
process.
Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321-321. That's METER to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-690-6464. That's 800-690-6464. Again, that's 800-690-6464.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying peep when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive. Like Marta.
And those council members,
and now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with her hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
I know when I was in office, I was approached almost daily. And
Alex.
I loved it. I never...
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I
did it. I got the job. I can't believe it. I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Hey, stick around. We got about 30 seconds left till the show starts, so stick around. We'll be right back.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Every day at 5 p.m. right here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. It is local, state, and national news, the analysis and commentary you're not going to get anywhere else. All of that from a local perspective on the Joe Cunningham Show every day at 5 p.m.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com, like Rumble in the Jungle, rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. We are always blessed to be on your streaming device or television. Oh, and by the way, hey, business owners out there. Everybody needs a little entertainment in your lobby. Join the newest trend. Put our show on 3 to 5 p.m., man. You can entertain your lobby for free. For a free 99 minus the 99. Hey, when strength matters, my friends, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, you know what I'm going to say. C-Safe delivers. C-Safe FRP products, they're engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, which we knew all about over here. From offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between, their products are American-made. They're made right here in Acadiana by American workers. C-Safe, check them out. csafe.com, S-E-A, just like the ocean, just like the Gulf of America, Mr. Blue Wave, my dear friend. See, we get along. We get along. All right, so let's go to this Medicaid thing because I just kind of teased it a little bit. And we're talking about 2025. 2025, let me hear from you on the chats, all the chats from all the things. But this one hit a little harder than a lot of people expected. This whole no more Medicaid dollars for gender transition surgeries. There was quite the domino. I was even taken back by it a little bit. So in 2025, and this year, earlier, Congress drew a very clear line. Federal Medicaid dollars will no longer go to pay for gender transition surgeries or hormones for minors or adults. So in the commercial break to our streaming audience, we were talking about, and I was saying sensitivities with when it's taxpayers that pay taxpayer dollars, that's sensitivities. When it's children, there's some sensitivities. Adults, I get it. But you pay for it on your own. You don't need to be paid. Come on now. Counseling? I think we could. Hey, does Medicaid pay for counseling? I hope it does.
Pretty sure it does.
I hope it does. Because you know that hey, get on the. So yeah, that's what anybody that comes in for medical transition surgery from a male to a female or female to a male does not need a medical doctor. They need a counselor. Seriously. Or maybe a psychiatrist, that's a medical doctor. And I'm not picking on anybody. We should have compassion for these people seeking to change their gender. We should have a lot of compassion. I'm genuine about this. A lot of love and a lot of compassion. But we don't bend down to lies. Or let me say it differently. We don't bend the knee to untruth. We only seek truth. And truth is there are males and females. Go have your arguments about the one in between. That's a topic for a different day. But 2025, Congress said, you ain't getting no dollars from Medicaid, no federal dollars for gender transition. Now, notice what happened, or notice what didn't happen, because the narrative, as you can expect, kind of grew its own legs. But notice what didn't happen. The government didn't ban anything. It didn't criminalize anyone. Didn't create some kind of like updated line of sodomy laws or something, which I don't know if that applies. It didn't. It's important to say this. It did not tell states what they could or couldn't do with their own money. So, hey, California, you want to fund all the transition surgeries that you want to do and you want to do all this other stuff, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. That's what I was saying earlier. Roe versus Wade did so many things right because overturning Roe versus Wade, because it brought power back to the states. And it's going to, I mean, there are so many people that are saying they're moving to blue states because they need, great. You should be amongst your own. Seriously. And that's going to sound so bad or sound like it's not intended, but everybody seeks a community, and everybody is part of a community whether you like it or not. Maybe small, maybe big, but everybody seeks and everybody is part of a community. even us introverts. It's true, okay? So if you are so passionate about abortion because blue states allow for it, or you're so passionate about your tax dollars and mine, against my will, being used to transition surgeries, you should go to California. And we could serve it. Look at what a great state we have. And look at what a great state California has. Listen, we can help each other. Send us your reasonable people. Notice what I'm saying. I would love for you to send us your conservative Republicans. I would. That would be my top pick. But I'll compromise. Can you at least send us back a group? Even if you're sending us back Democrats, can they at least can they understand this? Like, there is a life inside of a wound, and we should at least recognize it. What you do after that, we can debate that a different day. But we can, again, it's about the facts. It's about the facts. If you can't agree on the facts, you're not going to go anywhere. But there's something happening, okay? Can we at least agree with that? Like, that's vague enough, right? I'm trying here. I'm trying to meet the folks where they're at. Anyway, I'm going to digress, and I'm going to the phone lines. All right, let's see here. All right, Renee, Warren, everybody, got to get to the point because I'm going to summarize it for my TikTok people. All right, Warren, what you got, baby?
Well, how many people, how many veterans, how many elderly people, how many young people that needed to... You know, you look at New Orleans, you look at Michigan, you know, they ain't been caught because they not stealing near the money they are up north. You look at what the Democrats did with this fraud, and they used the Somali just as a pawn, just like they used the black people in the Civil War. And it's the same thing over again. History repeats itself. And they steal, and they're going to give them more money. Why don't we file a class action suit against the state of Louisiana for financial sodomy against the people? Thank you, John.
Thanks, Warren. My mic's hot, and we heard that's fantastic. I'm learning on the fly here. TikTok, you can hear that too. That's great. Hey, Warren. Yes, financial sodomy. There's that word. That's that phrase again. I have to give credit where credit's due. Warren made that up, and it's applicable. So, a class action suit. You know, I'm gonna throw a little gas on that fire. I've been thinking about this. You know, I've never filed a class action suit in my life. I wouldn't even know how to start. Well, I know how to start, go research, but I wouldn't know that off the top of my head. But I've often thought about some of these policies. Let's take fiscal policies. Let's take budget or lack thereof. Why can't, I mean, I know why we can't, but it would be kind of interesting if the folks, we don't have a right of action to do it, but if the folks would file a class action suit, maybe in Louisiana, writ of mandamus, forcing you to make better decisions. That won't go anywhere. But boy, it would be fun. Let's go to Renee. Let's see here. We're going to fit Renee in. Hey, Renee, what you got, baby?
We need a class action law.
Hey, look, and I know, Renee, you've had some, I know you've shared your experiences, and I appreciate that because it's not easy to do, especially on a live radio or video. But I appreciate you. Look, the class action lawsuit comes at the ballot box, and that's an honest statement. That's an honest statement. Every 4 years, every 2 years, we do get to exercise our ability to function as a class and elect or re-elect or kick out folks. I don't know how realistic that is in Congress anymore because, term limits are needed. Term limits are needed. So, all right, guys, we are going to take a tiny little break, and we shall return. All right, be right back.
Guillory and Barnhill Title. They're dedicated to ensuring smooth and secure real estate transactions for their clients. Their professional team brings a wealth of experience and expertise and are committed to providing exceptional service that exceeds your expectations. Residential real estate closings, commercial real estate closings, title insurance, curative title work, and refinancing. You can count on Guillory and Barnhill Title. 337-362-9797. That's 337-362-9797.
As you plan year-end strategy, now's the time to invest in commercial equipment from Walker First Turn in Scott. Recent tax law changes allow up to 100% bonus depreciation on qualifying vehicles placed in service by December 31st, including tractors, UTVs, ATVs, commercial mowers, and utility or enclosed trailers. Whether you're managing a fleet, expanding operations, or updating outdated equipment, Walker First Turn offers a full inventory from Kawasaki, Mahindra, Bad Boy, Grasshopper, and more. Visit Walker First Turn on I-10 Frontage Road in Scott.
For over 45 years, C-Safe has built the backbone of the toughest structures out there with fiberglass reinforced plastic pultrusion and custom structural fabrication that outperforms steel, wood, and aluminum. Their FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. There's a reason engineers have trusted C-Safe for superior strength and fabrication, because they're built to outperform, not just compete. Precision built, performance proven, trusted by engineers, architects, and contractors nationwide. When strength matters, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, C-Safe delivers. C-Safe, built to outperform, built to last, built for extremes, trusted for decades. Visit csafe.com. That's SCA, like the ocean, safe.com, and see what 45 years of leadership looks like.
It's Santa, reminding you that these local businesses want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year.
Dr. Finley Periodontics and his staff wishes you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See what Santa and his elves are up to by going to Dr. Finley's Facebook page, facebook.com/FinleyPerio. Online too at finleyperio.com. That's finleyperio.com.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
Hi, I'm Jura. I am a team leader at Chick-fil-A. To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
The A in Chick-fil-A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Hello, person listening to the radio. I'm going to tell you about my new Harry's razor while I shave. It provides an incredibly smooth shave with 5 sharp blades and a lubricating strip with aloe for extra comfort. And the best part is, Harry's razor blade refills are as little as $2, which is a fraction of the price of other leading 5-blade razors.
Visit harrys.com/sleep to get a Harry's trial set, which includes a handle, cartridge, shave gel, and a blade cover for just $6. No subscription necessary. That's harrys.com/sleep.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Let me see you over there at rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Give us a little follow, but you don't even have to. I want you to see us. I want you to join that chat, just like Don Ho 007 said, Happy New Year. Appreciate you joining Robert D. Benoit over there, my peeps. And we're on YouTube and all the things, man. Shout out to my folks over there at Stan's Auto as well. Appreciate you guys, man. Even on these guys kick, man. They wake up and they doggone go to work. That's all I'm going to say. And they're nice, you know. So, anyway, thank you, Stans. Appreciate you guys. Personally and professionally. Appreciate you. All right, so I think we covered the Medicaid thing enough. Let's move on to some other stories here in 2025. So many to discuss. Phone lines are open 232-1542 844-766-6607. Tell me what you think. All right, so let's go with the border. We can go with the border, okay? I think if we can summarize. There's several sentences you could summarize, but this one's pretty good. If we want to summarize something that defines, or summarize what defines 2025, it may be this. 10 months under Trump, 10 months, produce fewer border apprehensions than one month under Biden. I mean, come on, man. It is almost come to a screeching halt. And it is, that's not spin either. I mean, that is math. That is math. Border encounters hit record lows this year. That was good. 7 straight months of 0 releases. Man, there was so many illegal aliens, illegal immigrants that were in custody, were just released under President Biden and under other administrations too. And maybe even under Trump the first time more than he would like to admit, but kudos to him for learning. He was committed to it. But I don't even know if that's true, so I'm not even going to go there. But kudos to him for sure for what he did. He got it done. But to all my folks out there, again, let's just do some simple math here. It's an estimate of anywhere from 10 to 20 million illegal aliens that crossed the southern border under President Biden in only 4 years. Let's just, the counter to what I'm saying is, what are you talking about? Most of them are good people. They just want the American dream. We agree. Let's say 99% are good actors. Now, what's the chances of any group having 99% all solid, you know? So let's say 99%, let's say only 1% are bad actors. Let's just assume that. Well, let's go with the lower number of 10 million. 1% of 10 million is 100,000. Let's say it's 0.1%. 10,000 bad actors. 0.1%. 1,000 bad actors. It only took 19 on September 11, 2001. That, in large part, is why securing the border is so important. All right. So border encounters, record low. Love that. 7 straight months again. 0 releases. Love that. Daily apprehensions dropped to levels we haven't seen in modern history. Love that. Drugs seized went up. Releases, saying they went down is like an understatement. They're like 0. It ain't happening. You're either getting deported or you're staying because a judge is making you stay. But that's where we're at. That is where we're at right now. Different enforcement. That's the key. Or can I say actual enforcement? Because saying different enforcement would imply that there was any enforcement.
Exactly.
and also, none of this was magic. You know, it was deterrence. There's actually consequences for committing the felony that you're committing. Speed, coordination, and a government finally willing to say no and do it. And here's the part that probably matters the most. none of this required new laws. Like President Biden kept saying, well, if Congress would only pass a law, come here so I can smell you. Oh, wait, no, that's what he said. I'm sorry. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but I'm not. But you know, like, really, this all it needed was someone to say, hey, there's a law in the books, and we're actually going to we're going to enforce it. We're going to enforce it, and there's a reason why. But a whole bunch of things happened, man. The USCIS, all these folks that enforce immigration, they shifted back to enforcement. Not any of these little social services. Fraud and base investigations exploded. We saw that. Vetting actually tightened. Loopholes closed. We like all that. So lots to be happy about in 2025. We're going to take a little break. We're going to celebrate a little bit more in hour number 2. I don't want you to go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Preceding program on News Talk 96.5 KPEL was paid for by Integrity Broadcasting.
Hey, man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining, though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh. Well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business, too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. mylocalcustomers.com.
For over 45 years, C-Safe has built the backbone of the toughest structures out there with fiberglass reinforced plastic pultrusion and custom structural fabrication that outperform steel, wood, and aluminum. Their FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. There's a reason engineers have trusted C-Safe for superior strength and fabrication, because they're built to outperform, not just compete. Precision built, performance proven, trusted by engineers, architects, and contractors nationwide. When strength matters, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, C-Safe delivers. C-Safe, built to outperform, built to last, built for extremes, trusted for decades. Visit csafe.com. That's SEA, like the ocean, safe.com, and see what 45 years of leadership looks like.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
News Talk 96.5 KPEL-FM, Breaux Bridge, Lafayette, a Town Square Media station. Listen online at kpel965.com.
Sending the troops home. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. National Guard troops in 3 major cities are going to be leaving. President Trump announcing on Truth Social, quote, "We are removing the National Guard from Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland, despite the fact that crime has been greatly reduced." He went on to add federal forces could come back if crime rates soar. Both Congress and the federal government are trying to get to the bottom of allegations of fraudulent child daycare centers in Minnesota. Fox's Garrett Tenney is in Chicago with more.
With this scandal seemingly growing by the day, the Trump administration is taking action to cut off the spigot of this fraud. The Department of Health and Human Services has now frozen $185 million in funding for Minnesota's child care programs, while the Small Business Administration has paused $5.5 million in grants for the state.
What up, my Rumble
The Justice
folks?
Department says
Appreciate
it has
you
already
guys. We're
charged
still in this little
98
commercial
people
break
involved
here.
in
Got a
this
few more
massive
minutes
fraud
till we hit
scheme,
up hour
and federal
number
officials
two,
say
man. I hope
a
everybody's
whole
having
lot
a
more
happy,
arrests
happy,
are coming.
happy
The House Oversight
New Year's
Committee has
Eve and a
scheduled
safe
two
New
hearings,
Year's
one in
Eve.
January, the other in
Be careful
February,
out there.
calling on Minnesota
Don't forget
Governor
your
Tim Walz
pets
to testify.
tonight. A lot of
Governor Walz says he's
firecrackers.
willing to work with Congress, but
Don't
accused the
forget your
committee of
little
having a track record
pets.
of holding, quote,
forget your
circus
disgruntled
hearings.
veterans.
It's a circus in New York right now with the security high for tonight's celebration at Times Square. Fox's Alexis McAdams is there.
So it is a cold night here, and it's just going to get colder in New York City as people are preparing for celebrations for New Year's Eve. So the NYPD is ramping up security because if one thing is for sure, they expect massive crowds. We're talking at least 1 million people and counting. They're all going to be kind of jammed in here into Manhattan. So this is what we know so far about their security plan. They're adding in federal, state, and local partners, and then they're even going to, for the first time, have patrolling officers kind of mixed into the crowds. Usually you see them kind of on the outside, or they use the drones from above. This is because the NYPD commissioner says security is top of mind as they're watching globally what's happening with terrorism.
It's going to be chilly tonight. Temperatures in New York going to be right around freezing at midnight and quite windy. America's listening to Fox
Fuel
News.
prices. For some. Oh, man, those guys.
Honey, that flu keeping you up?
Arizona and
Did you
Nevada.
take NyQuil Intense Flu?
No,
I got this.
Causing all kind of cane.
Okay.
I'd be raising some
I
cane,
don't got
boy.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense
We're talking about gas prices.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
Under 5 right now. Milk Andrew.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever.
So
Best
for every
sleep with a
dollar,
flu.
I'm
Medicine.
crazy.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000. This is when mindset comes in. Someone will be eliminated. Pressure is coming down.
That's exactly right.
Prime Video, January
I guess they don't have to pay the
trailer.
California taxes, but Q's about to go
Plenty
do
of
Magic
sunshine
Man. We're
across
gonna go take a
Acadiana
little
today, but that doesn't necessarily
Magic
mean we're going to be on the warm side.
we'll
Temperatures
be
today expected to stay in the 40s, about 48 degrees with winds from the northeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Overnight lows tonight set to get down to about 30 degrees overnight once again, with clear skies going into Tuesday morning. We will start to see clouds building up on Tuesday, high tomorrow of about 60, with a scattering of showers possible by Wednesday.
And now, a look at your traffic on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
It's your 4 o'clock gold rush brought to you by Coin and Treasure right here on the Josh Guillory Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. Every day at 5 p.m. right here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, it's me, Joe Cunningham, with The Joe Cunningham Show, offering you news, analysis, and commentary you're not going to get anywhere else. The big news stories of the day, and even some of the headlines you may not be aware of. It's your local, state, and national news coverage from a local perspective right here every day. News Talk 96.5 KPEL. Check us out, The Joe Cunningham Show, every day at 5 p.m.
47 years. That's how long Stan's Tire and Auto has been fixing vehicles in Acadiana. 47 years. They have the experience and know-how to fix your car, truck, or SUV. AC systems, alignments, tires, suspensions, brakes, tune-ups, you name it, Stan's can do it. Stan's at 3203 Johnston Street. So go to Stan's Tire and Auto with the best mechanics in Acadiana. Call them at 981-5033, 981-5033, or online at stansautocenter.com. Stan's Tire and Auto, here to help Acadiana.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
The following program on News Talk 96.5 KPEL has been paid for by Integrity Broadcasting.
The views expressed on the following show are those of the hosts or hosts only. They do not represent News Talk 96.5 KPEL or Town Square Media.
You're listening to The Josh Guillory Show, your base for truth, common sense, and a good time.
Gentlemen, welcome to our number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your grateful host. And in studio at Miss Steele, Q Money Magic over there. What's up, Money Man?
Good afternoon. I'm excited about this New Year's, this weather, this
everything.
Yes.
Beautiful day. The freeze was in the past, I think.
Even traffic's not bad today. Knocking on wood.
I know. I just heard your traffic report. You did a very good job. Very good job. Hey, guys, we're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. That is South Louisiana for all of our fine listening and viewing audience outside this great state. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com, YouTube. Go give us a little chat. Shout out to the folks that have. And also TikTok. Why not? It's fun. I am starting to like my TikTok audience, believe it or not. I think that they're fantastic. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, one other thing. We're talking about 2025. Hey, it's New Year's Eve. We're live in 2025. I got more where that came from. I got this. Hey, I got a question for the folks. Just something to think about. I know we don't have the phone lines open. We will. What do you do for New Year's Eve? Like, do y'all watch anything? Like, do you watch any of the show, like the countdown shows or anything like that?
I honestly haven't since I was a kid with my dad. When I was younger, celebrated New Year's every year.
Yeah.
And now, as I have begun to age, I rarely actually celebrate or am even awake for it.
Yeah, man, I'll probably get some heat for this, but I actually like the CNN one. I like Anderson Cooper and the guy Andy. I think is it Andy? And Anderson.
I can never remember right.
But I think they're funny. Last year their ratings they say weren't that great, but and I bounce back and forth. There's a couple of them. I like Dick Clark's. I like how they still call it Dick Clark's New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So hey, whatever you're watching or doing, just have fun. A lot more to celebrate than there is. All this we hear all this doom and gloom and all this stuff. There's so much more positive than negative. We know that. So we're covering a few things that has gone down in 2025. Let's talk about conservative energy policy and lower fuel prices, except for our friends in California. Jeez. A couple other places too, but we covered them yesterday. Anywho, all right. So this one, I will say, this right here hits people where it matters, where they notice it, in the pocketbook, in the gas pump. People see it. All right. So as 2025 closed, check this out. Gas prices averaged under $3 nationally. Our average would be lower if you take California out. It's true. Cheapest December, by the way, since 2020. Who was in office in 2020 in December? So we have a strong supply. We have a stable production. We have no panic spikes. That's saying something, and it wasn't accidental. Regulatory rollbacks mattered, and we saw that. Domestic production, it mattered. LNG, liquefied natural gas. LNG exports mattered. Go look at the shipping channel we have right down to the west of us. We broadcast in Lafayette, Louisiana. But go look at Lake Charles. Look at our friends over there, the fine folks in Cameron Parish, in Calcasieu Parish. They know all about that. They know all about that. Westgate over there, all those plants. You know all about that. But energy policy stopped being about signaling virtue. And it started being about keeping the dang lights on, man, keeping your car on, being able to get to work, go visit family. The government is going rampant with all this little virtue signaling. And we have to be careful, us Republicans, and just remember, we don't think the government's the answer. We think the government's the problem. And I get it. I do, I understand you're elected to Congress, you're excited, you want to go in there. I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt. You want to go in there, you want to change the world, or you want to make a positive difference. You got some ideas, man. That's cool. I love that. And if we took out term limits, you would have a better chance of getting those ideas to a vote at least. I can explain why. We don't have enough time. But man, like this right here, geez. But you got some Congress folks that go in there, they want to do something, then they meet reality. But they go in here, and these Republicans too, and my fellow Republicans, just a few, not a lot, and they end up virtue signaling too in their own way. And it's just solving a problem with the federal government, and it's natural. I feel bad for these guys sometimes to go in there and they want to do this, but they don't understand that you can't do that. A lot of the things that we want done that matter to us the most, it's not appropriate to do them at the national level because the federal government has proven that it can't handle it. $520-something billion in fraud in 2024 alone. Hello. That alone should tell you. And look, I don't know if what I'm saying is the answer, but I do. Well, I'm pretty confident it is, but I do know what's not the answer. And that is continuing to let the federal government fix these social experiments, fix these social needs. The federal government should stay out of social anything. The federal government is designed to be a limited government, and that's why we flourished for so many years. And we're kind of flirting with it again, and even people in my own party, and it seems like conservative things. You can say like military, you can say border, you can say protect children, all the things that make us feel good. But it's not what you say that matters; it's what happens from what you say that matters. So when you use the federal government, you go in that with Uncle Sugar's big, sledgehammer, you're gonna break a lot more things than you fix. And then when you leave office, good idea, man and woman, that power you created at the federal government, it doesn't go with you. Maybe if it did, like if we could create a law that says, any of you guys and gals in Congress that create a federal government, a federal division or agency or grow government at all or do a social program or all, when you retire or when you're out of office, all of that goes away. I could live with that. I can live with that because at least the power, because all you're leaving is the power. So that means people will use that power to do what they want. And not everybody are good actors, especially unfortunately, especially in office. And there are a lot of good people in office. There are a lot of good people. A lot of good people, man. But it's not the people, it's the power. You know, and when you create power at the federal government, for whatever reason, it just doesn't know how to let go. Look at the size of our government from inception to now. And I'm not anti-government. We need laws. We need law and order. You know, there's one law that I'd like for us to continue to enforce, and that's our immigration laws. I think we're doing that now. But anywho, all right, guys, stick around. We're going to take a tiny little break. Man, when we get back, we got some good topics. You stick around. We'll be right back.
It's Santa, reminding you that these local businesses want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year.
Alita Marie Salon and Spa in Youngsville, where life is sweet and South Louisiana charm meets modern beauty. From hair care to skin care, with their family of stylists, you'll feel right at home in the heart of Youngsville at 209 Shop Street and online at AlitaMarie.com. Let them be the first to say, welcome home.
La Pizzeria, an Italian restaurant with Cajun influences on Ambassador Caffrey, wishes you and your friends and family a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year. Here's to seeing you in the restaurant soon at La Pizzeria. Online at eat@lapizzeria.com.
Call Men's-A-Rang with Allstate for quotes on home and auto insurance. Get great coverage because you're in good hands with Allstate. Annette's Rang Allstate on Glorious Woods Road between Moss Street and I-49. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Annette and her staff.
When you need it done right, choose Touche Printing and Signs. At Touche Printing and Signs, they're committed to meeting and exceeding their customers' expectations 100% of the time. And with 50 years in the business, they have the experience needed to produce the best quality printing for your business. At Touche Printing and Signs, they're eager to earn your business. Touche Printing and Signs, where printing matters. Call 337-234-8746 today for more information.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can see us live. Shout out to our other audience elsewhere, KLFY Plus and beyond. We certainly appreciate you guys very much. I also appreciate an administration that understands there's this industry that really did a lot of great things for us in our country, and we should probably not just abandon them abruptly. And I'm talking about the oil and gas industry and a lot of effort on LNG exports. That's very critically important to Southwest Louisiana and Texas and elsewhere. But a lot of shipping opportunities, and even more reason to get our infrastructure squared away, dredge those shipping channels, get those bridges built, all the things. I-10, several needs in our state. But don't worry, we added a Democrat seat. You ain't even listening to me. Q's busy. He's doing a whole bunch of things back there. All right, let's move on. No more men and women's sports. Hey, that happened, at least for now. At least for 3 years, maybe more. So no more men and women's sports. So that was another thing that 2025 we've seen. We'll see. I think this is so ridiculous that, like, if you would have told me, if you would have told me just 5 years ago that we would be talking about this on the radio, like this is a thing, but it's here. Man, and like women playing in men's sports, I don't have to beat a dead horse here, but how do reasonable people, they're not reasonable, that's why. I was going to say, how do reasonable people allow this to happen? Like the Olympic Committee that let that man, I think it was a Turkish man, fighting boxing with women. And, oh, yeah. You don't remember that? 2024, yeah. Some damage, too. I think it was Turkey, which was shocking to me.
Very.
Which is very shocking to me.
Next up, they'll be from Gaza.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. But, early in the year, the federal government said out loud, man, I think what most Americans already believe, women's sports are for women. And where are all our feminists at? You fought so hard and so long for Title IX and to have equality and to really, really, really be able to have an equal footing in athletics. Where the heck are you? And why are, it kind of goes, just because your side, and I hate having to say that, but just because your political party is pushing one thing doesn't mean you have to abandon your common sense principles. Same thing on the Republican side. Just because we hear Republicans talking about growing government and to solve a problem that we want the problem to be solved, but they just do it in a big elitist government Democrat way that bothers us, I say to my fellow Republicans, don't abandon your principles just because someone in your party said it. They're probably saying it from someone else anyway. Because anybody to say something that ridiculous either can't think for themselves or just really believes that, and that's crazy. Not good either way. But Title IX, that was enforced as written. Okay? Federal funding tied to compliance now. No loopholes, by the way. No word games. No bureaucratic slip and slide. Although I'm sure there's some. But not in this regard. I mean, this is about as common sense as you can possibly get. And I just, like I said, there were reasonable people. I have to assume I don't know, was it the IOC or whatever, the International Olympic Committee or whatever? No, I don't know if that's right.
I have no idea.
It sounded good. I could have said that with confidence and probably pulled it off, but I owe a duty of candor to this wonderful audience. Sounds right. But it is the Olympic Committee, we'll call that. There was debated. It was. But I really believe this. This is where culture is everything. or important at least, at minimum. When the leader of the free world is okay with boys beating up on girls in sports, you know, it makes these little far out there folks that think out there that have nothing to do with transgender people, have nothing to do, wouldn't even invite them to their house probably, just total, I don't even know how to explain it. The Cool Club wanted the transgender to be the thing for the month or for the year, okay? But when the leader of the free world, when the United States president is relaxed on this kind of idiocracy, it signals something, and it says, it's okay. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm telling you, we are fighting something so big, whether you like it or not. It's here. Okay, there is a spiritual battle, spiritual warfare. Number one tactic of the evil one, because he's not a creator. He's not the creator. He can only imitate. But the number one tactic is deception. To get people away from truth. When you're away from truth, you're in the dark. When you're attached to truth, you're in the light. And how better to confuse us than to make humanity question one of the most basic and accepted reality since the creation of humankind, that there are two genders. Like, if the devil can do that, because I can look down here and see some things, and I notice that something's different. Talk about my undershirt. But really, like it's you know, like, I mean, men in sports specifically, I think it goes a little further. You have the locker room thing and all that stuff. Okay, you can argue that you can make some changes for the locker room and all that good stuff, okay? All right, cool. But it doesn't go, like, how do you get past the whole physical strength? How do you get past, because men and women are different. Now, I've seen plenty of women that would probably take me behind that woodshed and beat the living flip out of me, okay? But that's an exception to the norm. You know, when my wife needs to reach something with her little short arms and legs, she says, can you go do this? I say, yes. And I get it, all right? And to think, like, it's not even comparable. It's not even comparable, all right? I'll tell you what else isn't comparable. My friends at C-Safe and their FRP products. No joke. C-Safe FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. Guys, strength matters. Custom matters. Failure can't be an option. That's why C-Safe comes in. They deliver. Their products are American-made, and they're manufactured right here in Acadiana by American workers. C-Safe. Check them out. csafe.com. SEA, just like the ocean. Shout out to my friend Clay over there at C-Safe. Always working hard for his people. I'm telling you, if I was a client of Clay's, I'd be happy. I know I would have my questions answered. All right, guys, look, we're going to take a tiny little break. When we get back, we're going to open up those phone lines. I can't wait. Renee, I see you, baby. We're going to put you on hold. Stick around. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live from rumble.com. Go check us out at rumble.com, the Josh Guillory Show. Ooh, man. Q, I want more time than we had with our folks today.
Man, time's just that one resource we can never get back.
Ain't that the truth? Well, I appreciate this time with our wonderful, wonderful audience. We got Wellness Wednesday coming up later in the show. Actually, I'm telling you, you're going to get some stuff out of that one. If Doc usually delivers, and the topic is pretty cool. I think it actually, it's more practical. It'll help you out. All right, so let's go back to the phone lines, though. My friend over there, Renee, on this New Year's Eve. What's up, Renee? Thanks for being patient, my friend. What you got?
Well, I want to say all this problem with men and women fighting it out. I mean, I've seen one time the woman won, but usually the man beat the crap out of the woman. I just want to say there's two movements that made this possible. They opened the Pandora's box, and they tried to cross that Rubicon, but Donald Trump pushed them back. It's the feminists and the LGBT movement. I mean, QY, whatever, to pi, all the genders, they made this possible. I mean, the people getting beat up must probably the same people that wanted to push for that, so I don't have no sympathy for nobody. I think it was hilarious while it happened. I think it was downright hilarious. Poetic justice.
Well, thank you, Renee. Certainly appreciate you as always. Thanks for calling in, my man. Let's go to Warren. And we have, we got a few folks on hold. Just hang tight. Warren, what you got? Oh, they all hung up.
Oh, man, the phone line's messing up or something. I could barely hear Renee. But, Josh, when I pulled the lever, when I went to vote and pulled the lever, I saw my vote get switched at the last second. And that Dominion voting machine, that's the people that stole the wealth of Venezuela, that stole the election over there. So I just want to make that clear. Gender cow. And talking about Renee, I've been in some humdingers. I pulled into that Shell station by I-10 and they was beating a guy with a pipe. And I had to get my damn Wesson out, and it was amazing because once you get that big Clint Eastwood special out, you don't have to give no verbal commands. Everybody knows what to do. But it's traumatic when you hear a grown man's head hitting the ground full force, even though he deserves it. It ain't nothing nice. So I can sympathize with Renee. Thank you, Josh. I've been a few of them humdingers.
Thanks, Warren. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you. Happy New Year's. Yeah, hey, look, lots of stuff. Hey, we had some folks on hold, man. Y'all call back. As soon as I said we're on hold, that's okay. It's all good. All right, guys, let's see here. Let's move on. There's some other things that we could talk about that happened in 2025. The Trump tax cuts were made permanent. Saw that. I still think we pay too much taxes. But I just had a conversation with my CPA, so I am not the right person to talk to right now. I'm serious. I do question that. I'm like, man, this is. I guess once you start, once you're over 18 or under before 18, you know how it is. Once you start getting paid anything, I don't care if you make minimum wage or you make a gazillion an hour. When you see those taxes taken out, that's your money that you earned, and it is taken out against your will. You start to look around, and you say, well, hold on. Why haven't we connected I-49? Why haven't we? I'm talking federal stuff here. How come we haven't? Why do we have to beg for an I-10 bridge in Lake Charles when the dang thing underneath, sorry to scare everybody, was literally falling down? You should go. I remember one of the worst things I ever did was look under that bridge. Because then now every time I went from counting the cross pistols on the Lake Charles Bridge, the I-10 bridge, to wondering if I'm going to fall through. Forget falling over. After I saw what I saw, I thought I was going to fall through. Scary.
And they leave it open.
It's silly. It's silly. It's silly because we have the resources to address it. It's silly because everybody listening, everybody watching, all the things, you wouldn't act like this. You would have your priorities in order. And funding non-American initiatives can never take priority over American priorities. Like that like to me, that is not a that is not a difficult task to comprehend. So anyway, well, I say this. Let's move on to, we got another, Renee, you can't keep calling in. Come on, but you know what? I want to hear from him because it's New Year's Eve. Let me hear what he has to say. Renee, what you got?
Yeah, I want to stick with your topic. I got off the topic. For the last 10 months, I don't know about Abraham Lincoln. I never seen a president been challenged by the opposing force like Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump did great things, but he did like maybe 1/3 of what he wanted to do. There's so much pushback by everybody. Judges going outside their realm of power, I believe. All the things. 1/3, I believe he did 1/3 of what he wanted to do. There's so much pushback.
Well, hey, Renee, thanks for calling in. I was focusing on the TikTok real quick. I will admit to that. So I just got a message from the TikTok that we had a violation just now. A little misinformation. TikTok. I ain't gonna be on TikTok much longer, I guess. I don't know.
That's the second one. We had a story about Fulton County not having their signatures, and they said that was misinformation too.
How many news sources do they say are credible sources that said exactly that?
Exactly.
And we even cited them.
Yeah, we did, and the court ruling.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we'll still try it. Who knows? It said we're gonna get in trouble if we keep doing it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep speaking the truth. Maybe it's the whole spiritual thing I said. Maybe that triggered China. Oh, no, it's not China anymore. I'm sorry.
They're still in the transition process.
Oh, China. Anywho, let's end with money. So again, I remember I'm telling you, the Trump tax cuts. That's what we were starting to talk about, and most people don't live like the folks in charge live. I mean, like lifestyle, and more power to them. Great, awesome. You've had blessings, and it's what you do with them, and that's fantastic. But money does matter, and especially at the dinner table. If we don't do if not the literal dinner table, the figurative dinner table now. But the tax cuts that were in the past, I think 2017. They did not extend them. They made them permanent, which is really an extension. They're permanent till they're not. Which is why I keep telling these folks on Capitol Hill that that you can amend your budget. Well, you got to pass one. But do you can amend your expenditures? You know what else you could do, Q?
What's that?
Cut $2.1 trillion out of the federal budget right now if you just do Joni Ernst's brilliant idea.
And does that have to go through a filibuster?
No! There's this thing called budget reconciliation. Hey, there's some cool things to highlight, though, about the tax cuts. Hey, there's always something that you don't like or do like and all the things, but no tax on tips. You want to talk about, like, a president fighting for the working class? Hello? People working on tips? You don't have to... Man, people, this eliminates fraud, quite frankly. It does a whole bunch of things. But I got to tell you, no tax on overtime? Wow. You know what I don't know? Is that for employers too? Because I don't know. I don't know. Because if it is, I got some worker bees, man. Bigger child tax credit? That's big. That's something to celebrate. I don't care. Like, no matter where you are on the aisle, that's something that will help you. All of that made permanent. Real relief for real American families, real relief for real people going to do real world things like take care of their family, work, earn a living. You shouldn't be punished because you want to work harder. It's an American principle and value to work harder. We value work. For most of us, nothing was handed to us. And for those that it was, okay, cool. That comes with its own struggles, and we should not undercut those. Everybody has problems is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to use this last 10 seconds to say, even though we all have problems, it's better than what we think it is, I think. There's so much more good out there, man. 2025, great year. No matter what happened, it's a great year because God has chosen to give you life today. So let's go do something with it, all right? Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank y'all for visiting with us. Thank y'all for a great 2025 number one show in Lafayette Parish, 3 to 5 on the radio. That's fantastic. And so much more. God bless you. Be kind.